Turner Prize nominee David Mach is putting the finishing touches to his latest exhibition in West London this lunchtime. The Scottish artist, famed for his large-scale installations, has turned his attention to old newspapers for this new show. Reya El-Salahi is over at the Griffin Gallery in Notting Hill. Reya, it doesn't sound like the most obvious materials to make art with. Does it look better than it sounds?
It certainly does. It's the sort of material for most Londoners you'd perhaps think you'd line your pet hutches with or clean the windows once you've finished reading. But 20 tonnes of old newspapers have been used, stacked up to create this huge installation at the Griffin Gallery here in White City this lunchtime. And the preparations for the opening night tonight are very much underway. We have grabbed the artist responsible for it quite literally away from putting the finishing touches to this installation. David, lovely to have you with us. Yeah. 20 tonnes of newspaper. Why did you pick that as the material of choice?
I've used these things for years. I mean, way back 30 years ago, I became a kind of materials junkie. Started collecting all kinds of things. It led me to things you can get in hundreds and thousands, and tons of newspaper is something that I can get my mitts on. You know, and I've never sort of left that behind, you know.
Talking of getting your mitts on it, we can see your fingers blackened with the ink from the newspaper. You are quite literally putting the finishing touches to this piece now. Yeah. Will you usually be right up until the end working this hard?
Well, if anybody working to a deadline knows about this stuff, you're always there at the last minute. You know, they're coming in the door, you're still kind of, you know, putting making the thing completely finished. I like that. It's fresh, it's brand new. It was made last year and sort of, you know, brought into the gallery to show you then. So for me, it's a good thing.
And throughout this process, 2 weeks worth of creating this piece, which I've read has been quite fluid in that you didn't have a set idea in mind, that you kind of put it in place and let it tell you how it was going to work out.
Yeah, you have a kind of a direction for the thing. I know that I'm going to bring certain objects, and we brought a jeep in, a huge box, as if it was a box that might carry art. Fantastic pieces of wood from the south coast. I know that I'm going to have that. I know that I'm going to travel from one object to the next, and that's going to tell me the kind of shapes that I'm going to make, you know. And I want it to be as natural as possible. It's the weirdest thing. It's a bit like being a giant wasp or something and making a nest, or a bird and making a nest, or some natural thing like that. For some reason, I feel I've got to make. You know, I don't think the world's sort of holding its breath, waiting for me to make this stuff. But here I am, sort of driven to actually do that.
Throughout this creative process, you have opened it up for art lovers to be a part of, in the fact you've had a live stream. Why was that important for you?
Well, I mean, years ago I started trying to work in not galleries, in places where you wouldn't expect to find art. You know, so you're kind of preaching to the converted in art galleries. So I got a bit fed up with that quick. So I'd work in discotheques and parks and, you know, all sorts of different places. I made one of these on a moving train once in Amsterdam. It was completely bonkers, you know. But you meet other people there, and they have different things to say, and I kind of like that. There's a live thing to that also. And this feed thing. I mean, when I started making these things, you didn't even have mobile phones. That's how much the world's changed. That's how old I am, you know. So you know, the live feed thing's great. It takes you out there to all sorts of people.
Okay, David, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Afraid to say we're out of time. However, just very briefly, newspapers. Where did you manage to get them from?
Oh, it's a local recycling plant. Very easy.
Recycled art here in White City. The artist responsible for making this incredible installation speaking to us, and this opens, the incoming exhibition opens at the Griffin Gallery in White City tomorrow and runs until the 7th of July.